Hello and welcome to another Facebook Live. It's Thursday night and it's Case the Caddy. So every Thursday night at 8 p.m. I come live with a project right out of the catalog. I try to keep it as close to what I see in the catalog, just to give you maybe some measurements for making the project yourself, showing you what the colors are, the stamp set, the papers, etc. As you should know, our catalogs are a great source of inspiration. So whether you're stuck for an idea or you're a brand new crafter, it is an amazing catalog to give you lots of ideas. And so I'm here to sort of demystify a project, because unfortunately they don't give you exactly how to make all of the projects in. That's what demonstrators are for. And so that's what I'm here to help you with. So I'm just going to refresh my screen on my laptop to see if there's any comments and see who's joining us tonight. So just bear with me. Hi, Barbara. And Carol is here. And here I am. Let's pull this up and see. So tonight's going to be a busy night. Tonight I've got a card and a box to show you. I want to talk about retiring products. I'm really sad this set is retiring because I really like it a lot. And I think it will be a great set for fall, even though the images are more tropical. But I think you could bring in the fall colors as we see in North America to make cards too. All right, so let's just click on here and get a larger image. Here we go. Okay. So we've got 2 of you so far. So I'm not sure who else is going to join, but I've got lots to show you and lots to do, so I am going to get started. Okay, so I'm going to pull my camera down to my desktop so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, you love my hair. Oh, thanks. I've just got it pinned back. It's short now, but I've just got it pinned back with a clip in the back of my head there, because sometimes I don't like it sort of like on my face. Okay, so let's move this around and pull you down. Okay, so let's just move it over a bit and make sure it's not crooked. You let me know if that's looking okay. Move it up just a bit. Okay. So I am working still, or tonight, I am working with the mini catalog. It runs right to the end of June. Yeah, it runs right through till June 30th. So we still have 2 months of fun stuff to play with. And this is the suite that I want to do some projects with. I just love this suite. I love the papers. I love the images. And I love everything about it. And so what we're going to make tonight is I'm going to case this card right here, but I'm going to do a slight variation on the layout. Hi, Christine. Nice of you to join tonight. So we're going to make this card, and I'm going to show you a way to use more of your DSP on here. And then I want to show you this box I thought was really sweet. This is our mini paper pumpkin boxes. So they come in a package of 10 boxes. Oops, I just knocked the camera, sorry. And these are retiring. Now, what are great about these is I don't know, you might know this about me, but I love making gift sets of cards. So whether I make a box or a bag from scratch to put a set of cards in, or I use what Stampin' Up! Provides, these pizza boxes are fantastic. And they coordinate perfectly with This is an older package. It's called Whisper White, but these are now called Basic White Note Cards and Envelopes. So you can get these in the catalog. These are still available even in the new catalog, and they are available in the Basic White and the Very Vanilla. But these fit perfectly in this little pizza box, or not pizza box, sorry, we had pizza boxes. The mini paper pumpkin box. Okay, so that's what we're going to use tonight. And we are going to stamp. This is not DSP. This is hand stamped. Now, the papers are gorgeous, so you could just wrap a piece of the Designer Series paper for the box, but I'm going to stamp it just to show you how you can actually stamp your own paper. Hi, Carol. Okay, all of my regulars are here, some of them. All right, so we're going to do these two projects, okay? So we are going to start with this card. Now, I've done a little bit of cutting out or die cutting already just to save a bit of time. But what I want to show you for this card is I'm using the exact papers. So here we go. But I want to show you something a bit different. Okay, so that's all right. So what I have here is this card looks like it's a solid card. It might be a Calypso Coral card base, or you could use just basic white. And then they cut a full quarter sheet of, or a quarter size. I shouldn't say that. It's not a quarter sheet because it's a 12 by 12. Let me rephrase that. This would be cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 to cover the entire front of the card. But I've decided to do something different. So I've decided to cut so this is a quarter sheet of cardstock, 8 1/2 by 11 quarter sheet. So this measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I cut a piece of DSP that measures 4 by 5 1/4, or sorry, 4 by 8. Okay, is that 4? No, sorry, 5 1/4 by, sorry, I'm telling you all wrong here, you guys. Don't, just ignore me for a second. I'll tell you the measurement. Oh my gosh, I had this in my head. 8, okay, 8, and watch when you're cutting because of your pattern, okay? 8, it's 8 by, yeah, it's 8 by 4. 4 by 8, 4 by 8, 4 by 8, ladies. Sorry. Okay, 4 by 8, fold it in half, and we're going to mount this on the back. So then when you open it, you have some Designer Series paper on the inside, and then you want to cut a piece of basic white. This measures 3 1/2 by 5. Okay, so you get this kind of a card. Okay, I thought that was kind of cute. I love seeing DSP on the inside of a card for a change. Okay, so I'll repeat the measurements in case you want to take this down. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just a single sheet. And this is 4 by 8, scored at 4 inches. And then this is 3 1/2 by 5 for the inside. You could even make this smaller to show more of the DSP if you wanted to. Okay. And then you could always take, if you have any extra strips that you've cut off, like we're going to be using this DSP, you could put that on the inside, on the bottom of the card if you wanted to, okay? Or flip it over to the other pattern, but we're not using this pattern on the card, we're using this, okay? So I'm going to show you. All right, so that's the base. And then here is that paper. So it's this paper, but it's the reverse. I've cut this, and I'll give you this measurement. This is cut to 3 by 4. So 3 by 4, we're going to be putting that on the card. Okay. And then I've already cut out this piece here. This is the frond on the front here. So I've cut that out, and we're going to do some stamping on top of it. You could stamp before and then cut it out. And then we're going to cut out this piece because we want to make a frame here. Okay. So the colors are, if you have this paper, this card base is Calypso Coral. This is Calypso Coral. Okay. This is Bumblebee. It looks like Mango Melody in the picture, but it is It's Bumblebee. Okay. Now, I want to show you, okay, what did I do with the papers? I just have them here. Oh, here they are. I'm going to show you the papers. I think I've shown you these before, but they're, if you like tropical themes, if you have anybody who's, you know, going to Hawaii for a holiday or down to Mexico, you could make a card with this. There's just some amazing, amazing prints in here. And the paper is significant in that it would make great bags and great boxes. But you've got this print, and there's the back. This is Evening Evergreen. You've got, look at the colors in this, so pretty. You've got this print, and on the back, you've got the Calypso Coral. Look at this, and they're amazing. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but they jump right out at me. So they look three-dimensional. They look like I'm wearing those 3D glasses, you know, in the IMAX theater. That's what these look like. They completely jump out off the page, which is such a cool effect. Then you've got this really nice texture on the back or pattern. Then look at this one. This is amazing. Okay, and then you've got a nice stripe, like a, what do you call that? Antiqued, I can't think of the word for this. There's a word for when it's, I forget now. I can't think of it. Anyway, and then you've got this paper, and then there's your polka dots on the back, and then I think I'm starting to repeat. Yeah, these are all. So you get 2 sheets of each. I don't think I showed you this one. Yeah, this is what we're using for our card. Oh, look at this cute little chicken. It fell off my phone. Chicken fell out of the sky. Reminds me of, what's that nursery rhyme? Henny Penny or something. Okay, all right, so let's get started. I love these papers. And you can see I haven't had a chance to use this set much. But what I'm going to do, when I show you this box, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make simple cards to go into a box. All we're going to do is we're going to use these card bases, these little note cards and envelopes. We're going to cut a piece of DSP to go on the front with a simple greeting either out of a circle or a punch. Because look, I mean, the papers just speak for themselves, and then you could make 4 or 5 cards and put them in the box. Okay? All right, so let's put this paper away. So I did check inventory. All of this stuff I'm using tonight is still available, okay? Because it runs till the end of June. But, you know, as we get closer to the end date of the catalog, things will start to sell out really, really fast. So if you like what you see tonight, my recommendation is that you get it now. Okay, no cards and envelopes will still carry forward, but these are going, and then this stamp set bundle. Okay, so here's the stamp set. It's called Artfully Layered, and it's got nice greetings, happiest birthday wishes, sending all the hugs, hey there, and thank you. So, yeah, you can just send a card saying, hey there, and you can send a card with a hug. And there's a great thank you, and of course the birthday. And then this is a great little background stamp, and so are these little leaves here. Okay, and look at these. 2 leaves are fantastic. And then the dies. Where are the dies? Hang on. Where are the dies? Okay. Oh, here they are. Look, check the dies out. Check these out, okay? So this die here, this cut out this frond. Okay? That cut that out. Okay, and then this one, I've got it ready to go. I cut it out already. That cut this one out. And when you get this off, these bits are going to fall out, but you could easily glue them back in. So the cool thing about this kind of a die is that you can cut this twice in 2 different shades of green, and then you could pop out the pieces and intermix them. And you don't have to do them all. In the project we're doing tonight, you only glue in a few because that's a lot of work to glue them all in, but you could just do a few. Distressed, Barbara, thank you. Distressed. I love how you guys help me when I can't think of the words, the terms. Okay, so this die here, this die will just cut out a whole bunch of these little pieces, and this creates some background texture. These are kind of cool, these dies, and I don't use them enough, but you can just keep cutting this on a piece of cardstock and get some texture in the background. There's 2 of them actually for backgrounds, and you can put them both on your cardstock at the same time and then create this background. It doesn't cut anything out, it just cuts into the cardstock to make a pattern. And then look at this fantastic leaf. This is fantastic as well. And then it's got a great border piece here that will cut a border. So really great, great stamp set and dies. Okay, so I've got most of my stuff on my blocks. So this card's going to be really fast and easy to make, I think. So the first thing I need, I'm going to cut this out because I want to show you how you can take any of your dies and you can cut out the piece that you might want to use on a project and then use the frame on a project. So it kind of serves 2 purposes. Now, this piece I figured was, I'll tell you this measurement too. This is a 2 3/4 by 4, and it cuts this out. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece out here. And I saw one of my team members on. Hi, Karen. Nice of you to join tonight. Okay, so now, sorry, what I need to do is I need to take this off. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my spatula end so I can lift this off. And I'm just going to stick it right here. Okay. That's another great tool on that Take Your Pick tool. Did I tell you that I really didn't think that was going to be a good tool to use? Well, it proved me wrong because I love it and I use it all the time. Okay. Let's turn this on an angle a bit, and then we're going to cut this out. All right, so here you have a frond that you could use on a project, and then you've got the outline. So often we die cut things out and then we just turf this piece. Now, I often keep circles, and I purposely, when I cut a circle, I cut it out. So say this is your layer, okay? I would cut my circle right maybe smack in the middle or a little bit up here, and then I could use that as a frame on another project. So think about your die placement when you're doing that. All right, so we need this. Okay, let's move this to the side. So we're going to use this on the cars. So let's go step by step here. So I am going to start by gluing this down to my card base. Okay, so this is just going to be centered on here. Okay, now before I put the inside piece in, I want to stamp it. Okay, so this piece is now going to go right across here, closer to the top than to the bottom. Now I should have put this on earlier because it looks like it's a tad wide. I meant to put it on before I stuck it to the card base because then I could have trimmed it. But I'll just take a little smidge off that right now. And I hope I don't take too much off. I just want a smidge. I often like to cut a little bit wider and then I can trim. Oh good, that's perfect. Okay, so we're going to stick this on. Is the DSP 5 1/4 by 10 1/4? No, the DSP piece is 5 1/4 by 8. And you're going to score it at 4 inches. All right, so we're putting this piece on. Now there is some stamping on here, and I'm going ahead of myself here. I should have done that earlier, but it looks like they stamped, and the color used was, got lots of ink pads here, is this Pale Papaya. Pale Papaya is a great complementary color for the Calypso Coral, and it looks like they stamped a few of these on here, and I should have done it ahead of time. So these are the kinds of things to pay attention to, is stamp before you glue. I'm just concerned about time because of our projects. Okay, so let's just put this out of the way, and that's scrap for a greeting. Okay, I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm just going to stamp very lightly these pieces on here. Normally when you're stamping, I like to stamp off the edges, but I'm sure the recipient of this card will not know that I didn't do that. So I can get away with it. Okay, and I might just do a little bit here. Okay, so those are very, very pale images on there. Okay, then as I look at my card, this is going to go on top like that. And then sorry, I'm just pausing here for a second. That is the right, yeah, that's the right one, I think. Okay, so this is going to go on top like this, and then we're going to do a greeting, but we want to stamp on here. So this is stamped in the same color. So this is Calypso Coral, and we're just going to add, this is another really cool idea, is to create some texture on your die cut, but you could have stamped this on the cardstock before I cut it out. Trying to see if the writing goes in a direction. Not that somebody's going to be able to read it. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp randomly on here. Just to add a bit of texture. Okay, that's very cool. I know the camera might not pick up. Let me pull this up. But it's just added a little bit of texture. Can you see that? Yeah, that shows up. Okay, so let's pull our card back in. So we're going to put this like this. You know, this doesn't look like the right piece in here. Anyway, it's too late now, but I think that might have been. The other one's too long. I don't know. Anyway, I think it still works. So we're going to glue this in. I try not to fuss. I used to be a real fuss pot, but I try not to fuss too much. Because no matter what you do, it's going to look great. You have to convince yourself of that for sure. So we're going to put this in like that. Okay, so I'm going to get out my Tombow. I've been running low. I am hearing beeps. I think one of our smoke detectors is, the battery's running low. Better deal with that rather than in the middle of the night, which we've done before. Okay, so we're going to put this on here. Okay. And then we have a really, really simple thank you that's also done in Calypso Coral. And in my head, I'm already thinking about some kind of an embellishment. They don't have any embellishments on this card, but I think it is screaming those my favorite embellishments, which are retiring, and I think they're on sale. You know the ones I'm always talking about? The, I've got to clean up my embellishment box. It's just jam-packed full of stuff here. These things. I just bought myself 2 more packages. I think these are on sale. These are retiring, and they're my absolute favorite. And it's just screaming. Yeah, there's Calypso Coral in here, see? So it's screaming Calypso Coral. So I'm going to have to put some of those on there, I think. Okay, so now I had a piece of scrap out here somewhere. Here we go. To do the thank you. So I've got a piece of scrap here. Oop, I went too low. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, look at that. That label is just off a tad. And so it makes the U is much lower on the stamp. So I'm going to pull it up a bit higher. Oh my gosh, I can't get it right. Okay. Last time is the charm. Okay. Let's give this a cut. And there's our thank you. And I think this is up on embellishments, or sorry, on dimensionals. So I'm just using up the very last of this sheet. Okay. So this is going on. Right there. Oh, you know, it's so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just so satisfying is the word I'm looking for. It's so satisfying to make a card out of the catalog because it just comes to life. Just pops right out at you. Okay, so that's the last little rhinestone, or last little sequin. These are sequins. So there's large and small ones. So let's put one here. Whoops, where'd it go? There it is. Put one there. And we'll put one here. There you go. Just a little bling. So there's your card. Oh, we have to do the inside. Okay, so here's my 3.5 by 5. So let's do some stamping on here. Maybe we'll stamp some of these in the we'll stamp these full strength this time. So sometimes what I like to do is I like to, you know, find a greeting for the inside of my card, and then I like to stamp some design on top of it. Just, you know, just stamp off to get a lighter color. We'll just do something really simple on the bottom. And I would do the same on the envelope. Okay. So this is going to go on the inside. So these are skewed on the front, so you could skew this on the inside just to do something a little bit different. Okay, there you go. I'm happy with the way that turned out. That was fun. Very fun. Okay, project number 1. Okay, now this next project is, but see, this is what I mean about simple cards. So these are the cards. I might do these cards. I might do 2 of each of these cards. I could even do one like that. I could do these 3 cards and pop them in the box. Yeah, there's 4 good cards I could do and pop them in the box. So we're going to make this next. And then I think I'll make these 4 cards right out of the catalog and put them in the box. But they're going to be on note card sizes. How fun is that? And there's this frayed ribbon. This is not retiring. This is carrying over. This is called the white 3/4 inch frayed ribbon. And I need it for the box, and I didn't bring it to my desk. Okay, where's the box? Now, they also have these really, really cool faux sea glass shapes. I don't know why they put them with this set when they had the New Horizons set in here. It didn't make sense to me. Sea Glass, I thought, should be with kind of a sea-themed stamp set, but they've added them to this because I think the colors are in the paper. Then they had this really cool vellum. I didn't get the vellum. It's got like newsprint and mapping on it. Really cool. And this ribbon you can color with your blends. So there you go. Okay, now let's go to this page. Okay, this is not the annual catalog, Carol. This is the spring catalog. So it's still in effect. So you could talk to your demonstrator down there and see if she has any more of these left. It's called the mini catalog, January to June. So it ends, everything will retire at the end of June. So it was running from 4th of January to June 2022. We often have 2 catalogs going at the same time, okay? So when the annual catalog, the bigger one, starts on May 3rd, it's going to overlap with the mini catalog for the holiday season, which is coming out, I believe, in July or August. So we always have 2 catalogs on the go. So we've still got 2 months of this stuff, but if there's anything you see in here that you like, you don't want to hesitate because it will retire and it will be gone. Okay. Yeah, see, I thought the sea glass would have gone, well, I mean, you could use it with this, but I thought they would have bundled it with, and look, this one, but this one they brought in the stones in their pebbles enamel shapes, which are really sweet, but the sea glass would be great on this set too. So yeah, you can interchange stuff all over the place. Okay, let's pull out our box. Yes, mini catalogs we get twice a year. One in January and January to June, and one typically August to December. Oh yeah, can't just have one catalog. All right, so this one now is the box. So when you get the box, and these boxes are food safe. You see how shiny it is on the inside? This is completely food safe. So you could bake up some goodies and bring them to your neighbor in this little box. Yes, sirree. Okay, so what you want to do is get rid of, well, as I fold it, these should pop out. So this is the inside of the box where the wax seal is. So you just want to press over. It's all pre-scored for you. And these are the exact same boxes you get with your paper pumpkin kit. So it was kind of fun when they came out with these mini ones. So you can use it for food. It makes a great little Christmas box just to put some small gifts inside. And they are retiring. So plan ahead, ladies. Think about Christmas. Okay, so I am just folding up all of the score lines to start with. Okay. Okay, now the lid is where these 2 bits are. This is the lid. This folds down this way. So to assemble the bottom, this is going to fold over and click into these holes here. You see the notches here? See the notches? They're going to click into place here. But the first thing you want to do is fold these bits in first. And so I'm going to fold this back. Okay. So you want to pull these in, this one and this one. Then you're going to fold this over and click it in. Now, if you wanted to make this super strong to make sure it's not going anywhere, you could put some, now I would use tear and tape on here. So tear and tape is this tape here. I would put some tear and tape on here, and not Tombow, because Tombow won't stick, I don't think, very well to the shiny bit. So you could put a piece of tear tape on here. This will help secure it better. Okay, make sure you rub that tear and tape to make sure that the adhesive sticks. And then you take your pointy tool, your pick, and you tear that off. Okay, and then, like box making, you've seen me make boxes. You lift up the side, and you're going to stick that. And you're going to do the other side and stick that. So get those tabs stuck down. Okay, and then you're going to fold that over and click it into those slots. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same on this side. You don't need a lot of tape, but that was a bit small. That was a bit too small, but that's okay. So give it a good rub. And then take the tape off. Okay, so again for the lid, no, sorry, we're doing the bottom. What am I saying? We're doing the bottom. So I'm just going to fold that over like that. Like that. And like that. And then click it into place. Okay? So you don't have to do the tear and tape bit if you don't want to. Okay, and then the fun thing about this box is these slot sides go into the box, and then these go inside here. Oh! So guess what I did, ladies? Yeah, I shouldn't have put tape on here, on this front bit, because these are supposed to slide into the slot. So that was my mistake. But what I could do is maybe slide it on the inside. Maybe. Maybe not. No. So, yeah, that was my mistake. I shouldn't have done that on there. So instead, I'm going to just wrap these to the sides like that. That was my mistake. I haven't made one of these in a long, long time. So yeah, don't secure the fronts, because that should have gone right in the front. Sorry about that, ladies. My mistake. I guess that's why, you know, you watch people to see the mistakes they make so that you don't make them. But yeah, so really, once I have my gift or whatever is in there, I could put tear and tape on the outside, and then I would just glue it shut like that. Okay. Now, the other thing you might be able to do is, I'm going to do it and see what happens. I'm going to take a chance. I'm just going to cut these off. Okay, I'm just going to cut them off, and I'm getting rid of that bulky score line. Okay, and now I'm going to close my box. There we go. I solved my problem. Okay, so now to decorate the top, the one thing I could not figure out, well, I figured it out, but to me it would be too thick. So there is a wrap around here, okay? And to me, our basic white cardstock, even the lighter weight one, is going to be too thick. So what I did was I took a piece of copy paper, and I have one of my copy papers is a really good quality. It's a heavier weight. I use it for making my own envelopes. And I figured out this was 6 by 5.5. And I'm only going to wrap it. Now, for this box now, I can't do what I was planning to do because I've tucked this inside. But typically, this is on the outside. And so what I was going to do is wrap this around the front, like onto here, glue it down to there, and wrap it all the way around to the back. So I can't do that because I'm going to tuck my box on the inside. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I could wrap it around the back to the front, but another thing I think would be really cool is I'm going to cut this down, and I'm going to maybe put a piece of designer series paper, not designer series paper. I might put a piece of cardstock on here and make a frame. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. I'm making changes, ladies. Okay, so this is, so 5.5. So I would do 5.25 by 5.25 by 3.5. And then you could either put a piece of DSP on top or do the stamping that I'm planning to do. So that piece would be 5 by 3 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down to 5 by 3 1/4. So 5 by 3 1/4. So because of my mistake, I'm changing up my design. Okay, so we're going to stamp on top of this. Now this left some sprayed edges, so I'm just going to grab my glue eraser. See if I can get rid of those frayed bits. I think I'm ready for a new blade. Okay, not to worry. All right, now I'm going to stamp the design on here. Yes, that's absolutely another option, Judy, is to create a magnet closure. I could do that too. There's so many different options. All right, so I am going to grab my, let's see, I'm going to try and do, okay, I'm going to start with Mint Macaron was one of the colors. Love Mint Macaron. And I am going to start with, now I don't need the silicone mat because they're rubber stamps, but I need scrap paper. So I'm going to start with these little leaves. I'm going to do in Mint Macaron. And I think I'm going to stamp them off because I think they might be too dark. Yes, good idea. Now, am I in sight of the camera, ladies? I'm always off camera. Rotate my stamp. Put one here. Okay, now I'm going to bring out this leaf. Looks like it is done in the pale papaya. Oh, I just saw some DSP in there. Okay, they've done 2 of these. So, The more you look at a design, the more you can see has been done. So I completely missed out on that piece of DSP, but we will do it. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this one off as well. And I'm going to do one right like this. Now, you don't have to follow the pattern in the catalog. My goodness gracious, you could just do whatever you want for a design. Okay, and then I think there's I'm just trying to copy it. Okay. All right, now in Calypso Coral, we're going to do, this is my favorite stamp. Check this one out. So I think this looks full strength. So I'm going to do a little bit in the corner here. And then I'm going to do one over here. And then I'm going to do one here. And this will pop out behind the cutouts or the die cuts. Look how pretty that is. Okay, we're done with that. Now, is that all the stamp? Oh no, there's more stamping. So this, I think this is also in the Calypso Coral. No, in the Mint Macaron. Or maybe it's, I think it was Pear Pizzazz was another color they called for. Oh, my foot's going into a cramp. I can't see exactly where these bits are, but I'm just going to do a few in here. Oh, I forgot to stamp that one off, but that's okay. Okay. Ooh, my foot's in a cramp. Okay. All right, so there's a strip of DSP in here, little tiny strip. And I need to go grab that ribbon. Okay, what else do I have to do? Okay, so I have to stamp and cut out the same leaf. So I'm going to do this leaf in Bumblebee. So if you're wondering where I'm getting these colors from, I mean, I'm pretty good at looking at something and figuring out what the color is. But as a demonstrator, we get a document that tells us what's being used in each project in the catalog. So you go there and you look and it'll tell you all the products used and colors. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this right here and cut it out. Okay, how are we for time? Where's my little clock? Oh, we're coming up to the top of the hour. So we might be going over just a little bit, ladies. I think I have that die out here. So we need this. Yeah. So I'm going to cut this out with the die. See? Okay, so let's start assembling. Oh, you know what I don't have? Sorry, I'm going to have to leave you. Oh, maybe I have a piece here. I thought I would do, see, this is Just Jade, this piece. I thought I would do a layer behind this in Just Jade. So just hang on just a quick second. While I grab. So this Just Jade and the Bumblebee and 3 other colors are retiring. And I'm really sad about that too. I just hate when things are retiring, but oh, I have an extra piece here. Perfect. Okay. So what did I say this was going to be? 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. So 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. All right, so I'm going to layer this on top of this. Okay. So now that I changed the design, this piece, of course, would have been on basic white, not on copy paper. I was going to wrap it with copy paper, but okay, I need to bring this closer to me so I can center it. Okay, so look how nice that looks framed. Okay, and then this is going to go on top of the box, like so. So I think I can go ahead, I'm not wrapping ribbon around it. And the other thing I might do is I'm going to grab a punch and I'm going to make a little thumb hole here. So I'm going to grab a punch and the ribbon. All right, so because of my boo-boo and it's tucking in, I need a thumb notch on this part. I'm hoping I can get that in there. Yeah, I can. So I'm just going to eyeball the center. Okay, you just need a bit of a thumb notch. You see? So you can get your finger in there to open it. Okay? That's only because I made the mistake. All right, so this is going to go on top of here. So I might do this with Tombow. Actually, the other thing I could do is, well, I'll do Tombow. It's faster than tear and tape, but you could use tear and tape as well. This glue, I should just throw it out because it's been giving me grief all week. Okay, so that's the top of my box. And then I'm going to put, okay, now I need that piece of DSP. So that DSP is from klutz tonight. I think it's this piece right here. Okay. And I'm going to start by simply cutting. I always go by 4 inches. And I always look at my patterns, okay? So I mean, it depends what direction your cards are going in, but I typically do, A4 portrait. But if you're doing landscape, you're going to cut it differently. But I'm going to do my first one at 4 inches. And which way do my stripes go? Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to go 4 inches. I'm just going to cut it to my typical 5 1/4. It's always how I start cutting my papers. And then I need a strip, say, I'll go 1 inch. Okay, so now they have a strip of paper, and that's too long. That's way too long. Let's just nip that off a bit. That's better. Okay, so we have this in here, like this. That's the first thing that's layered. Then there is a strip of the ribbon. And I think they've wrapped theirs right around. Now, I want to show you this ribbon. Do you guys know how easily this frays? Look at that. Isn't that cool? You just grab an end, these pokey things that poke out, and you pull it, and it frays. So let's do a bit of fraying on here, shall we? So, because I think that's very cool. So I think I can just, yeah, look at that, you guys. You have to kind of go slow, I think. Oh, I think it frays easier from the other end. I remember it just really fraying easily, but this side is not fraying as well or as easily. It's like with fabric, one side's easier than the other. So I'm just going to do a little bit. So as not to take up too much of your time. Okay, so we're going to stick this on. Okay, and then we're going to stick this on. Now, I'm not quite sure the best thing to stick this on. I'm going to use Tombow and see what happens. It will eventually work, I think. So I'm going to stick that on like that. It's hard to tell the layering at this point. Okay, so then we've got this on here. So I'm going to put a bit of glue on the bottom. activated glue on these pieces here. I think this should have gone on before the ribbon. No, maybe not. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't think it did. Okay, so there's this one. Then there's this one. And you see, not all of these, they could end up all falling out. Let's just see. They're staying in pretty good. I'm praying they don't fall out. Okay. This is going to go on like this. I'm going to get a sheet of paper so I can hold it down. I'm just reading your comments, see if there's any other things coming in. And then we're going to, oh, I should have put this orange one on first, but that's okay. Yeah, I think this one tucked underneath, but does it really matter? I don't think it really matters, you guys. Like I said, the recipient doesn't have the catalog. They have no clue that you didn't do it exactly the same. Okay, we're going to put this one on. Okay, and then the last thing to do, look at that. Isn't that cool? How it's being built up now. I'm just throwing everything on my floor because I have to do a big vacuum tomorrow. Okay, so the last thing to do here is to do a greeting. And the greeting was done in white embossing. So I need, oh, I'll just take this piece here. Okay, and here's my embossing buddy. Okay, and here's my white powder. Here's the greeting. Yep, happiest birthday wishes. So here's my Versamark. I'm going to be cutting this down and then flagging it. Oh, I caught the edge. Look at that. Sometimes the edge kind of looks cool, like you could emboss that. But I'm going to take it off. So you should always have a little brush available. Okay. I'm going to make a bit of noise here now. wait for that to cool down a bit because it'll be sticky. Okay, and then I'm just going to flag the ends. Can't find my snips. I've just been throwing stuff around here, ladies. Oh, they're right here. Okay, and I'm going to flag the ends. Okay, and we're going to put this on top. That's kind of cool how the machine curled the ribbon a little bit. So I'm just going to, and I'm not going to put it on dimensionals because I think there's enough texture on here. I'm just going to use some Tombow glue, and I'm going to leave that, the curling on there. It's kind of cool. I'll just put a little bit of glue in the middle. So that's going on. So we want to be able to see the ribbon. I'll put that right there. Okay, ladies, we are done. And look at the cleanup I have to do. Okay, let me bring in the card. So here's the card, here's the box. And so if you want to take a screenshot, you're welcome to. All right, let's say goodnight. There we go. So here's the card. I'm happy with the way that turned out. I like that I added the little embellishments on there. And, oh, that didn't glue down very well, but here's your box. So cute. So I will post these back to the post, and I'm going to make the little cards and envelopes, and I'll post those as well so you can see what I did. But there you go. There's your box and your card. So thanks so much for joining tonight, and I will see you again on I can't do Saturday. I have my team meeting on Saturday. We're doing a Zoom team meeting, so that runs from 10 to noon, so I won't be able to do Saturday, but I will be back on Monday morning for Mojo Monday. So thanks everyone. I really appreciate you watching. Go and have a nice evening. Bye for now.